co-creation. But let's suppose to have two systems, system 1 and system 2.
Yes.
The system 1 not deliver value, but propose value to system 2.
Yes.
And the system 1, how the system 1 propose value to the system 2? In a moment when the system 1 doesn't know which is the context of the system 2.
Yeah, very hard.
But, however, you speak also about the value in use and the value in context. And you made an example of the automobile. So the customer obtain value, feel the value, only when he or she used the automobile in a specific context. So, the system 1 propose value to the system 2. System 2 use the service obtained from the system 1. And after that, send a feedback of the proposed value to the system 1. So my observation is the analysis begins only from the context of the other systems. I don't know if it's right.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful what you've said, because I can tell you've been reading Vargo and Lush, because you framed it perfectly for their analysis. Okay, this is my take on it. How ridiculous to live in a world where you sell things and transfer ownership. How ridiculous from a service science perspective. It's stupid. Why would I sell you a hammer and you go off and you use your hammer and I don't know how you're using your hammer. You know, you could be, stretching while you're using it, or you could be hitting your thumb while you're using it. But if I design a super technology hammer and I don't sell it to you, I lease it to you, so every time you drive a nail, I'm gathering data about my customer. That's the way to do value co-creation. Selling something is like losing information. Why would you ever want to create a world where you sell property? It doesn't make much sense from a service science perspective. But that's the point Vargo and Lush make, of course, is that the future world owned outright, a company that, you may want to own something outright because you don't want to share that information, but then you're going to pay a premium to own it because, more and more the cost will go down. If you're a sweet spot user, it already happens. If you're a special user, they'll just give you the stuff because you're going to fill out all the information, you're going to give them data that they'll use to design for other customers. So it's a very, very excellent question, and it's a perfect example of how, when we get service science figured out, we're going to look back at a lot of stuff and say, wow, that was a really low value creation approach to that, wasn't it? And you can sort of see how it evolved. You can see why it evolved the way it did, but boy, we can do a lot better than that, can't we? So thank you. Great question.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So Jim, if you are agree?
Yes.
Okay. Allora, grazie a tutti.
Aspetta un secondo, no, aspetta un momento solo. Credo che sia giusto alla fine di questo incontro, dove francamente comincio a entrare nella scienza del servizio. Incomincio.
Ok, thank you.
No, credo che dobbiamo anche ringraziare Clara Bassano. Anzi, a Clara Bassano noi dobbiamo, anche a Francesco Polese che ha stimolato in occasione di Capri, però a te Clara dobbiamo molto, e grazie a te che abbiamo avuto il piacere di avviare questi rapporti con il professor Spohrer, che l'hai portato a Roma, e quindi hai collaborato tanto a questo. E quindi un grazie sentito proprio per quello che hai fatto e per quello che farai.
La ringrazio per l'opportunità ricevuta da lei di potermi dedicare a questa, a questa grande
speriamo che il professor Spohrer venga a Salerno.
We really want to
Salerno
and
next.
And really, he will come.
Next, yes.
Allora, grazie a tutti e buonasera.
Allora.
Before you forget.